Are there any constituency statements by honourable members? I call the member for Fowler.
There are more than 60,000 Australians who can boast a Turkish heritage, and many of those families actually live in my electorate. On the 29th of October, we saw major celebrations for the Australian Turkish community. On that day, 93 years ago, it was the day that Turkey proclaimed itself as a democratic republic. The relationship between Turkey and Australia is one of envy, beginning with angst in the turmoil of war, but through mutual respect, it has developed into a warmth and lasting friendship. While being at the forefront of the global war on terror and experiencing its own conflicts ranging from Daesh, attacks by the PKK, and more recently an attempted coup, Turkey is still home to 2.5 million Syrian refugees. Despite all its challenges, Turkey remains determined to provide humanitarian aid and a safe haven, particularly at a time when other countries are closing their doors. The Republic of Turkey is a strong ally of Australia in the global efforts against terrorism in Iraq, Syria and Afghanistan. The friendship between Australia and Turkey has come a long way since the shores of Gallipoli in 1915. Next year, the Australian Turkish community will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Assisted Immigration Agreement between Australia and Turkey. This agreement was the cornerstone for the development of Australia's multiculturalism. The arrival of Turkish immigrants of the Muslim faith was one of the key principles undermining the end to the Australia's White Australia policy. The Australian Turkish community, like many others of our multicultural groups, have positively contributed to our cultural diversity and social fabric, enriching the lives and outlooks of our community. The colour, the vibrance, the heritage, as well as the tremendous contributions that Turkish have made to the Australian cuisine, all gives us all much to be proud of. Madam Deputy Speaker, I commend all Australians of Turkish heritage for their positive contribution to our community, and I extend my sympathies to them as well as the people of Turkey for the terrible losses that they have sustained in recent months due to terrorism. Madam Deputy Speaker, the Turkish community, one that's very proud of their heritage and one which is determined to make a contribution in this country. Since their arrival, they have shown that they are model citizens and one that I think most of us can all look up to. Long may the practice of recruiting or accepting people of overseas origins who make a contribution in this country make our country better. I think this is something that is a great Australian tradition.
I thank the member for Fowler and I call the member for Malley.
Thank you, Ms Deputy Speaker.